Well, Queensland, as you know, has been one of those states, like Western Australia, like South Australia, that's been keen to lock down at the drop of a hat over 1 or 2 cases at times. But at the moment, they've got 6 coronavirus cases, presumably Delta variant, but they're not locking down. Let's cross to Brisbane and catch up with former Queensland Premier Campbell Newman, now a candidate for the Liberal Democrats. Campbell, why is Palaszczuk suddenly not locking down, even with half a dozen cases?
Well, Chris, it's like this. We have discovered the real defence against COVID lockdowns, and that is have a grand final on this weekend. If you do that, you can be assured that this Premier and this Chief Health Officer will do their utmost to keep the state going. A pity we can't do that every weekend, eh?
Well, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think they should lock down. I think they've locked down before and demonstrably for reasons that when it wasn't needed. But it's so hypocritical now not to lock down. Let's have a look at what the Chief Health Officer, Dr. Jeanette Young, the next Governor of Queensland, said about it today.
I can't say I'm comfortable. I'm watching this very, very carefully, and I'm just asking, because Queenslanders have done such a fantastic job with our last few outbreaks, with wearing masks, with coming forward and getting tested, that at the moment I'm prepared to wait and see if we've got any local transmission.
Just extraordinary. She's nervous, she's watching, but she's prepared to wait. She's not been like that for a year and a half.
Exactly, Chris. And let's just look at the narrative. It has been always about hit it hard, hit it fast. So take Daniel Andrews. That's the advice he's been dispensing. And what's happened in Melbourne and Victoria over the last few weeks with his very strict lockdowns, every day pretty much, the numbers are just escalating. The thing about this Delta thing is once it's there, it's going. You can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste tube. And I agree with you, there shouldn't be any lockdowns. There shouldn't be a lockdown now in Queensland because we have to live with this. We have to do everything we can to have our health resources deployed. We've had a very lethargic vaccine rollout here in Queensland, second only to WA in terms of the wooden spoon. And, you know, I'm afraid that's the problem really that we've got up here, that we haven't had the vaccine rolled out to all who want to take it.
Well, people don't
getting access to it.
People don't rush to get the vaccine when the virus isn't around. It's so obvious. I want to show it's so clear that Palaszczuk and Jeanette Young now are resisting lockdown because they want to protect their grand final weekend. And we know that because of this answer from Jeanette Young last year when she was defending the way Queensland had allowed some people into the state.
I've given exemptions for people in entertainment and film because that's bringing a lot of money into this state.
Yeah, it looks like the same logic this time, doesn't it, Campbell?
I'd put it like this. I mean, this is the hypocrisy. We are seeing many cases in South East Queensland now. There's more than what they're telling us, I'd say. They're going to discover a whole lot more. And again, I'm not for a moment advocating for lockdown. On the contrary, I'm not. But what I am doing is joining you in calling out the hypocrisy, because it is shifting sands, it is double standards. What about the people who haven't been able to get into Queensland to see a loved one because it was too much of a risk? But on this weekend, in the middle of this could be a super spreader event. We heard that last week. Melbourne demonstrations, they were too dangerous to be allowed. But here we can have a footy final that could be just as bad.
The hypocrisy, the double standards are astounding, and notably, of course, Palaszczuk wasn't out talking about it in the media today. Just very briefly, 2 Sydney teams in the grand final. Who are you tipping?
Oh, gee, mate, I'm not even going to go there. Everyone who knows me knows I know nothing about football.
All right, we'll stay out of it.
You didn't employ me to be a football tipster. You employed me to be someone who worked for you in the state.
Thanks for joining us, Campbell. I do appreciate it.